Ladies and gentlemen, diving into the land of Dawn, here we go. EVOS, BIGETRON, and Pendragon, the MDL duo, now already into the enemy jungle, trying to just disrupt Max from farming safely. Key doing the same thing though, on to Fairsick. BIGETRON noticing this, will just rotate back to the purple buff and just put some pressure back on Key.
Yeah, once again, a lot of pressure back onto Key as, you know, I guess they're starting to read the play style of Key. Key, whichever hero he is on, he just likes to disrupt the pattern coming in from Fairsick, understanding that Fairsick will have a huge impact in that late game, but wow!
Oh my god, it's gonna be Max who gets hooked in, but still Max who finds the retribution onto the Litho Wanderer. A little bit of a lead here, slight gold lead, just 200, not really much to make a big difference yet, but it's already that small victory that BTR is able to get.
And with how proactive Key is in helping out Moreno in the mid lane, they're able to get a lot of pressure going on, and for EVOS Legends, that's not good, right? You want to make sure you use the Franco as early as possible, and if you don't have pressure in the lane, you can't do that. BIGETRON now taking a lot of aggro from two members, but overall, it's still a very, very slow early game. There's a lot hanging in the balance for this game.
Yeah, I think EVOS Legends, they're quite dependent on level 4 as well. They need the real-world manipulation if they want to be able to contest these neutral objectives, as 20 seconds is on the clock here for the next turtle. We'll see who sets up first, as interestingly enough, in the bottom side, Matt is actually winning the lane here against Clover.
I think he can actually try and do something differently in the lane. That is the advantage of a defense, right? But Sorizo will be the target. Come up into Iron Hook.
The combo there with the enhanced chain and the Iron Hook together was just such a big problem for Sorizo, who was forced to use the sprint early on before the turtle fight even begins. But now BTR has a 1,000 gold lead. First is going to get stunned up by Key there. And Key is going to get a lot of damage put onto him. The enhanced sword as well. Key flickering out, but the real world manipulation finds the kill. That's first blood by the Samsung Galaxy A series, taken away by EVOS Legends. Max getting the retribution onto the turtle, again by the Samsung Galaxy A series. A kill traded for a turtle.
Yeah, just in time as well, EVOS Legends popped up that real-world manipulation. Taz as well in that mid side was able to dish out the damage and take the kill. So a little bit of a trade for EVOS Legends. They didn't lose too much in the process, but we'll see what happens in the next contest for the turtle. But now, Fairsick.
Again, Key is able to stun Fairsick up. Bloody Hunt with a hook also connecting on the Key, but BIGETRON is the one who's forced to use that flicker defensively, as BTR has members there to follow up and to help Key back to safety.
Well, the longer the game goes, with a Sicilian, an Esmeralda, as well as a carry on your team, there's just so much potential for BIGETRON Alpha in the late game. So EVOS Legends, I think at about 5 minutes, they're gonna turn up the pace, man. Otherwise, they're gonna slowly but surely fall behind unless yet another miracle hook can save the game for EVOS Legends, and they don't want to bet on that twice.
Man, BIGETRON Alpha playing with the same type of, what do you call it, identity that we saw in Season 7, Season 8, with the late game strategy, as now we're going to take a little look into the emblems as well here in the 4th minute.
Well, Matt's emblem actually gives him a bit more sustain in the lane, so maybe that's why he's essentially kind of out-trading Clover with the lack of sustain, right? But for Fairsick as well as Taz, they're both just making sure that they get their power spikes as soon as possible. They're very much item-reliant heroes, right? With the right items, with the right power spikes, that is where you can see the potential from Julian as well as Yi really come to fruition.
This is the thing, though, that we've kind of mentioned in the past, Arashi. Well, not in the past, literally just yesterday. Sicilian. In this game, after the nerf, it actually feels like even when we get to that late stage of the game, he's just not as painful as he was previously in the last patch. And we can see it here. Yi always just winning in terms of that wave pressure and also the kill pressure. And in these turtle fights, it's going to make a lot of difference. Pendragon already trying to target Morena down. Key is there too. Most of the gold laner still staying in. Attack to the bottom side. It's asking Sorizo, who jumps in with the Falling Star Moon. And instantly the Numenon Blast is there to connect through as well. Toss DG getting stunned in that mid lane. Forced to use that sprint to run away. But BTR finds a 1-for-0 and also a turtle.
Yeah, turtle is going to be secured once again by BIGETRON Alpha. 2-0 now for keeping score with a 1,500 gold lead in their pocket as well. And what I wanted to ask you, Arashi, in particular, is that because Fairsick is using Julian in that jungle, he can't bring an emblem like the Demon Slayer because it seems like he's focusing more on those items. What difference, big difference, do we see that Max has above Fursic with the Demon Slayer emblem.
Well, he will have a faster clear time compared to Fursic. So Fursic will go for 5, but whoa, the minimum was cancelled by the Iron Hook.
Good cancel by Bajan. There's no Bloody Hunt to follow it up though. As BTR, they just fall back. They know it's going to be way too aggressive if they overcommit into the bottom side here. And it looks like BTR are just going to go for the clear.
Whoa. He gets taken very low, but EVOS, they're still defending, but it's weird, right? They really shouldn't be in this situation. They have to try and go for a bit more aggressive plays. And without any control around in the bushes, in the jungle, there's going to be very few opportunities for Bajan to actually catch any of the members of BIGETRON Alpha by surprise.
Uh-oh. I was scared, right? Matt was in a really weird situation, being sandwiched between Bajan as well as Clover. Luckily, that hook does miss, but Key and Max looking for an engage.
Uh-oh, Fursic with the enhanced sword, able to get away, but Numenon Blast here, gonna be able to connect onto Fursic. No follow-up just yet. They do not want to go under the turret. Moreno has put his sights onto Clover, the Sanguine Claws, and the bad impact, but Max gets pulled under the tier 2 turret. Key gets taken down. Matt still able to zone Fursic away with the damage there, but Max is forced to back up. EVOS Legends come out on top with a 1-0.
A pickoff does happen here for the side of EVOS Legends, so even despite them losing out on all these neutral objectives, they are and will still manage to be able to get these pickoffs on the board, which is what basically their composition was meant for. With Bajan as the Franco, we also have Julian as well in that jungle position, but once again, here it goes.
Cancel to get out, and Max comes in with a retribution to slay Invasion. Goes the Bloody Hunt onto Cerezo. That was the turtle slain. The third one presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
And this is the issue with what EVOS Legends is facing right now, right? They are able to get pickoffs, but only onto Key, which is similar to game number 1. It's not very painful for EVOS for that to happen, but for the side of BIGETRON, whenever they go for plays, they can get a lot of damage onto Fursic, and he gets zoned away. The Key here, again, being so aggressive and taking all the aggression coming in from Bajan, because BIGETRON knows they can afford to do so. EVOS needs to target the other members, the Max, Key, no, not Key, sorry, Max, and Marino.
It does seem that even in the 7th minute, already a Lightning Truncheon for Moreno. So his base damage items, his core items have already been built. He just needs a little bit more. And of course, the stacks are still happening. So I do agree with you. Even if BIGETRON Alpha, they want to slow down the pace, it might still favor them in the long run with the stacks, the unlimited stacks that the Sicilian can deal. EVOS Legends so far, they haven't been able to get another pickoff here for the past few minutes, and it seems like BIGETRON Alpha, they've actually been able to put a lot of pressure here in the mid side.
So much pressure in the mid side, even though the Beatrix is on the hands of EVOS. Perfectly onto 3 members as they collapse, but Clover is still able to manage to get out of there. Fursic running, chasing Matt down, but his sprint will be popped there, and he gets taken down on top of a 4-man Numenon Blast. It's actually EVOS who come out on top. 8 minutes in the game, they're looking for the siege down in the mid lane.
Oh, it does seem there is a fun fact here by Grab. In his debut in MPL ID Season 10, Taz is actually always in that jungle position. So his debut is in MPL ID and in a different role altogether as a mid laner, like we were discussing before. But back to the game, BIGETRON Alpha with a 2,000 gold lead. I don't know what's gonna happen here. It does seem like EVOS, they are picking up the pace once again, as Matt is going to be the target.
Uh-oh, Numenon Blast once again onto Fursic, setting him up. Matt picking up the kill there with a slick sidestep. Fursic with the enhanced sword, getting out. Turret taken down. EVOS Legends playing objectively, but look at the Sanguine Claws and a bad impact kick. Oh my god, Key almost getting that stun in with the flicker. Zoned Fursic away. The Lord is free for BTR to take, and this might be it. This might be the decision to get the Lord. Fursic doesn't have the enhanced sword here. Max picks up the next neutral objective, and BTR collapsed onto the mid lane. Clover immobilized. Pendragon losing all of his HP bars except for one last one. That's the sprint pop to disengage. BTR still grasping onto that gold lead.
Moreno still hurts. Sicilian still hurts, even despite the nerf.
Exactly, he has the Lightning Truncheon and the Clock of Destiny, so that is already scaling him towards that late game. And compared to the previous games, I guess he has a lot more time here to just stack up in the lane, right? So he has been relatively undisturbed, which is why it's going to be very difficult for those Lightning to try and do something. Obviously, Taz DD has been very impactful with the Give. He can actually initiate plays from so far away, but is that enough? You know, he was still heading towards a very tough late game.
Oh, I want to add something in here, though. Key is taking that hook out of the equation. Luminant Blast, again, use the zone the members away. But this is something that's just so interesting to me. Eterna, Arashi, I thought BIGETRON Alpha, the way they play the games, the way they're able to take objectives has been because they go for the Beatrix Eve combination every single game that they played in Season 10. This game, they are up against a Eve and a Beatrix, yet they're still winning in terms of that objective. The turret take has been phenomenal. Look at the rotation, 10 minutes in, and we're seeing the exact same BTR from game number 1. 6 turrets, only base turrets left.
You make a fair point, actually, now that you pointed it out. I mean, with a different entirely set of rosters, BIGETRON Alpha is still able to replicate the same thing. And now we're going to take a look at the damage dealt here by Axe, and interestingly enough, it's actually Sorizo with more than twice the damage of Fursic.
Well,
wait, is that right, Sorizo? Has he been dealing that much?
What's Sorizo?
My goodness. Dueling with Pendragon, right? And
You're
Pendragon,
right.
he doesn't really care. Losing one of the outposts, that's nothing to a Masha. So we'll have to see. Yesterday we saw that Masha is able to pull Sorizo, not Sorizo literally, but the Esmeralda away from the fights. It has been something that, you know, Mashas can do. So Pendragon might aim for the same thing. But looking at the player statistics for Max from the BIGETRON Alpha, you know, his stats are pretty solid, man. He is, by all means, he is not very flashy, as you mentioned, but when the game gets tough, he does what needs to be done.
Yeah, he's been getting all those retributions, he's been able to contest those objectives, and that's exactly what we mentioned before about Max. He's not like, let's say, Fursic with those insane kills, the maniacs type of things, even though we've seen Max pull off crazy things as well in the past, but I guess that's just not his style. As now we can also take a look here at the players' gold by UBS Gold. Once again, Sorizo at the top of the charts with the highest gold, even above Matt in that gold lane.
Yeah, even Max is above Clover, which is very, oh, just as I say, as Clover gets a little bit more gold. But the fact that both of the jungler, the utility jungler, Max, the guy that hasn't, well, he doesn't have any kills. He's 0-0-1. We keep forgetting, man, this is such an objective game. BTR and EVOS, 12 minutes in, only 6 kills in total. Conceal play, but look at who's there. It's Clover with the Wesker, able to find 1 kill on the board. Toss DD trying to come back, but it's going to be Luminant Blast missing out. Real world manipulation, locking him in place. Enhanced chain connecting onto Max. Matt has to run for the hill. Sorizo, though, he jumps in onto 4 members, still able to buy some time, distracting EVOS Legends so that BTR can have a smooth escape. They lose out Moreno, and this might be the chance for EVOS Legends to pick up the Lord.
1 man down, man ahead here. EVOS Legends, they have already rotated towards that area like you mentioned. The thing is, Sorizo went in and gave 0 care in the world, going 1v5, being able to buy a lot of time, but let's see what he can do because it does seem he's setting up for something.
Oh, Pendragon jumping into the back lines there, able to find Matt and Nook in the front line. It's actually EVOS winning it out as well. Key taken down by Bajan, Sorizo taken down by Fursic. It's a 3-0. It's EVOS all across the map, 3-0 and a Lord.
EVOS Legends trying to equalize BIGETRON Alpha, as now you can see they are going for that straight push in that mid side. You can start to feel that the damage coming in from Moreno is starting to hurt, being able to take half health of all the 3 members, and now EVOS Legends, they're looking to center their focus on the objectives. Again, the buff has been taken away, another tower in that mid side, but not even the Lord has yet to come yet, so they still have plenty of time.
BIGETRON Alpha has been so good at playing with the pressure, playing with the rotation and the vision in the rotations here so far, but now with the Lord on the side of EVOS, they can force BIGETRON into areas where BIGETRON do not want to be, and that just opens them up to the hooks like that, but you know, he just sidestepped it so calmly, but EVOS, they're not done yet.
Particularly with a shield, real-time win probability there by Samsung favors EVOS Legends now with the Lord, but no base turret taken down yet. Sorizo gonna get hooked all the way back for Clover to snipe him down. EVOS now with a 2,000 gold lead. Fursic with enhanced chain jumping in to provide that zone for Clover once again to pick up the turret. Top side taken down as well. 2 turrets, base turrets down. EVOS are looking to go for 1 more.
They gotta be very careful though, because if EVOS Legends can't close this out, it is going to be BIGETRON Alpha with the upper hand, but you can see that.
My goodness. Goodness gracious, that hook connecting Pendragon on the back, almost finding Matt. Chorizo down, 3 members up, it's gonna be EVOS looking for the base, Clover flickering in, it's a 2-0 clean sweep. EVOS Legends MPL Arena erupts here for this team. What an atmosphere.
2-0 is the name of day number 2 here at MPL Season 10 as the White Tigers once again showing that history